As we get the shirt shop sauna filled up this morning, joining us in studio, Andrew Steele, former Alabama basketball player. Andrew Steele. Andrew, good morning to you, man. How are you?
Good. How you guys doing?
Pretty good, man. Pretty good. Just getting things going here on Monday morning as we're coming off Talladega and Kentucky Derby. You got baseball, basketball, softball, sports, spring sports, busy time, man.
It is. Basketball is probably the only one of those I really know much about, but I've heard about the other ones.
Well, the good thing is nobody really knows anything about the Kentucky Derby. It's just an excuse to get together, drink a little bit, and then if you have a little extra change in your pocket, which I'm not condoning gambling, but some people do enjoy doing that. I've known several people in the past that do. So, you can put a couple dollar bills on some of the horses, watch them run around the track.
Exactly.
But joining us this morning in studio again, Andrew Steele. Andrew, I want to get to you got a new gig in Birmingham, which I know you're excited about. I want to get to that eventually, but first let's just kind of talk about where you're at since you graduated, mm-hmm. and kind of like where you're going now. I know you got the new job there at John Carroll, so just kind of talk to our listeners and Andrew Steele fans post graduation, post basketball being done. Where you're at taking us up to this point.
Okay, well, when I finished at Alabama, I started as a marketer with a nonprofit dental company called Carroll Dental, and we've got 14 offices throughout the state, and kind of focused on underprivileged kids. So I did marketing for them all throughout the state, and we would go out to all the different schools, talk to kids, promote them, taking care of themselves, taking care of the teeth, staying in school, do the right things. So I've been doing that for about a year, and then they just announced it Thursday that I'm going to be the head basketball coach at John Carroll. So getting a chance to go back home to my high school, really, really excited to get started with that. And I'm also going to be coaching football, too. I'm going to be coaching the wide receivers.
Oh, really? So both, okay.
And, the head coach, Tim Sanders, I think this may be his third time back at the school, but he was one of the assistants when I was there. So he's trying to get that program turned back around. So we're really excited about a lot of the things we're doing athletically at the school.
And I'll be honest with you, man, I watched you play here because you and I, were you 27, 28, 26?
I'll be 24 next week.
24? Oh, mm-hmm. Man, so you're a lot younger than me.
I am, yeah. I remember when you were here, though. I think maybe towards your later years, I think I was just getting in.
Because I knew that we were in school together. I guess I always just think that because you're in school with somebody, you're all the same age. But you're a lot taller than I thought.
Yeah.
Which is hard. It's hard to see on the hardwood because you got so many big guys. Even at 6'4", you look tiny.
Yeah, I was like the third shortest on my team, just about. So it's weird when I'm places like in the stores. People are like, "Oh my God, you're so tall," and I'm like, "Well, you should see some of my teammates I play with." So.
Right. And so Andrew, did you want to get into coaching? Has that always kind of been the thing when you were done with ball?
It was probably about. I think I first realized, my dad was a high school coach.
Okay.
So I think it's naturally in me. But we always do those camps at Alabama in the summer where we have the little kids in, and we always work with them. And so I would coach some of the younger teams, and I really enjoyed it, but never really took it seriously. And then after my junior year, I had a concussion, and I thought I was going to have to really stop playing. And for about half the season, I was a student assistant coach with the team. And it was then that I really realized that, I was going to want to be able to coach once I was done playing. And once I finished up last year, I was assistant coach at John Carroll last year, so I was helping them out. But I don't think never in my wildest dreams, just a year out of a year out of college, that I'd be able to get my first head coaching job, and it would be at my high school. So all of it just kind of taken me by storm, but I'm just extremely blessed to be in the situation I'm in now.
7 past the hour here on Houston, here on Tide 99.1 and Tide991.com. Visiting with Andrew Steele, former Alabama basketball player, now head coach at 24. Wow, man. At John Carroll High School. Saw you got a ring on. Married?
Yes, sir. I got married, formerly Brittany Hines. She did track here at Alabama.
Okay.
And she went to Homewood High School, so there's a kind of little rivalry going there. But we got married back in August, so about 9 months now. And
brother, man, you got life coming at you quick, don't you?
Really, really quickly, yep. It's all coming fast, but all good things, thankfully. So there's nothing for me to complain about.
Absolutely. So you got the head coaching job there at John Carroll, and I know a lot of guys that I played with, played for a lot of coaches, and played a lot of different sports. Talk a little bit about Anthony Grant. I know that you were here. Really, probably the last time that we had a really good run in the playoffs, or excuse me, in the NCAA tournament when we played Creighton. Just kind of talk about where Anthony Grant, and as a former player, where you're seeing the program kind of from your perspective.
Well, I think the biggest thing with all sports, and I think it's everywhere, you've always got this "what have you done for me lately" mentality.
Sure.
You know, you even look at it with the football team, whereas 2 years ago we win a national championship. Last year we go 11-2, and everybody panics. And the same thing with our basketball team. Last year was his 5th season, and they had one losing season, and everybody's panicking. Well, they played the 3rd toughest schedule in the country, and every single game they played, they had a chance to win the game. And you had some guys who were a little bit inconsistent, but, you know, you had a chance. And as a coach, all you can do is put your players in position to win the game. And, you know, you don't want to make it seem like it's a cop-out to put blame on anybody, but as a coach, that's really all you can do. And every single game they played all year, really, except for maybe 2 or 3, they had a chance to win.
Sure.
At UCLA, you lose by 1 or 2 possessions, and they make a deep run. You take Florida to the wire twice. They go in the Final Four. You got a chance to beat Duke. So a lot of those good teams, Oklahoma made a run. You had a chance to beat them. So all those teams that they played, they had a chance to win. But I think next year he'll have a pretty good team coming in. I think it'll be one of the few times that he's had a really full roster. And you look, my junior year, we had a pretty full team. We should have made the tournament, but we lost in the NIT championship. The next year, we go play a good Creighton team and lose by 1. And then the year after that, we still made it to the NIT. We were a bowl team for most of the year. So I think people just have to kind of be patient. You know, I think they wanted instant success right now. But as you look after where he took over the program and where it is now, I think it's in better shape than when it was when he came in, and I think that's all you can hope for.
You mentioned playing in the NIT championship. What was that like playing in the Garden?
It's
Square Garden.
It's when the first time you go, it just kind of it's kind of amazing because you think about all the historical things that have happened, the people who played there. Even, you know, you move into the entertainment side, you look down in the locker rooms and you got the pictures of, you know, Michael Jackson and Elton John.
Yeah, people that performed there. Yeah,
and you just kind of take it all in. So it was pretty exciting. But once you start playing the game, you know, you put all the distractions out the way and you just focus on the task at hand. But we had the fortune of going there twice when I was there, so it's pretty exciting.
Hard gym to shoot in?
It's not as big as people think it is.
Really?
Yeah, you know, it's kind of almost disappointing when you're in the inside because it's really old, so it kind of looks really dingy. But it's not as big as people would think, but it's so much in there that it's not a lot of open space. But I think the funny thing is that they've got the college line and the NBA line because the Knicks play there. So during warm-ups, everybody's behind the NBA line because that's a chance for you to figure out how well you can really shoot. So everybody's shooting it from out there.
Yeah, I would have been. I wouldn't even tried. I would have just stuck with what I do best: 2-foot jumper and the free throws. Right?
Exactly.